Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bullseye back again with another comic book haul. Just want to remind everybody 200 subscribers contest coming up soon. So be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, okay? And sorry it's been so long since my last upload. I'll definitely have more content coming more regularly in the future. We're going to start off with some horror books today, and I will put timestamps in the comments if you want to jump around a little bit. So, the first up are these two original graphic novels that I picked up, and it was like the more you buy, the more you save. So I got 20%, I think, because I only got these two. 28 Days Later, The Aftermath. This bridges the gap between the two movies. And The Hills Have Eyes, the beginning. This is kind of like a prequel to the newer movie, the remake. Okay. So I found, if you follow me on Instagram, I did find a bunch of these horror comics like 2 days after the full moon, Friday the 13th. So it was really cool to find them. So we got Nightmare on Elm Street number 2. These were all $1. Number 3. Friday the 13th number 1 from Wildstorm. And then we got Army of Darkness from Ashes to Ashes number 2. Really cool cover. And then I got a second printing of number 13 of Army of Darkness. We got a second printing of Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash number 3. It's just the black and white version of the normal cover by Eric Powell of Goon fame. Shout out to Funny Books. He's a big Eric Powell fan. And then this was definitely the book I was most excited about. Was this? This is a second printing of Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash number 1. I found 2 through 6 recently. The first printing was 1 character cover each. So this combines all 3 of the J. Scott Campbell covers, and was really happy to find this for $1. It does have 1 or 2 spine ticks, but was really thrilled to get that. And we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the special, and this is the painted cover, limited to only 1,500 copies, as you can see right there. So nothing more than $1 in those pickups. Some more horror stuff here. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Grind. This is the wrap cover for issue 1. And this is a 2-part series, Hellraiser Nightbreed Jihad. This is issue number 1. I already have 2, so I was happy to complete that series. And then this is my second copy of Hellraiser number 2. This is the first full appearance of Pinhead. His first cover is number 1, but I do think this is kind of a sleeper book because it's his first full appearance. So, and then I also got a second copy of number 3. So I have doubles of 1 through 3 right now. And there were some Nightbreeds. This was the only one they had that I still needed, number 22. Nosferatu, A Symphony of Shadows, A Symphony of Shudders. Really cool. I got the Collector's Dracula, the Ultimate Vampire Book. I guess that's a 2-parter. All of these were $1 or less. Demonic Toys, number 3. Necroscope, number 2. This is book 2, so this is like volume 2 of Necroscope. And I think this is from volume 1. I have number 3. and number 5. And I believe I already have 1 or 2 issues of Necroscope. I think I have a number 2 from volume 1. Okay, we got Silent Hill, Downpour, and Story. This is kind of cool because I do like video game comics and horror comics, so this is ticking off a few boxes. It's a 4-part mini. All of these are subscription covers. I don't know how much value that adds, but they had all 4 sub covers and all 4 normal, and I just grabbed all subs. So that's number 1, number 2, number 3, and 4. And all subscription covers for that series. Infamous, this is the last book of the series. It's a 6-part mini based on a really cool video game, PlayStation game at the time. So had to grab this. This was from a trade. This was not in the dollar bin. Although I think my buddy did pay $5 for it. And it might have been buy 5 get 5, so I probably paid like $2.50 for it. But yeah, first full appearance of Darkseid. It's a little rough, but I don't have it. It's not that bad. I'm happy to get it. I think I traded him that second printing of Spawn I showed off. I forget which issue. And I got Spider-Woman number 5. I think this is the first full appearance of Morgan Le Fay since like the Silver Age or the Golden Age. That I don't remember off the dome, but and I believe this is recently in Key Collector because Elizabeth Hurley was cast to play Morgan Le Fay in the Runaways TV series. I think it was Runaways. This was in the dollar bin, and I didn't have this issue of Spotlight, and I looked it up, and it is the first appearance of the 3rd Captain Universe, so figured why not. I'll go ahead and grab it. And this is first appearance of Blackheart. He was in the Marvel vs. Capcom video games. I think he's like Mephisto's son. That could be wrong. I don't know, but I have a copy of that already, but I figured I'd grab it anyway. Alan Moore Swamp Thing that I didn't have. This is issue 27. And then this was a cool one because not that long ago, a good friend of mine I was digging with got to a shop before me, and he found a lot of good books. This was one of them, and I had been looking for it for a while. So I actually found it at the same shop. This is Teen Titans with the Wizard 1/2. And, for the longest time, I saw people were saying this is the first appearance of Rose Wilson as Ravager. But I guess maybe that's not this issue, but it's a very early appearance, and it's a hard-to-find book. So pick it up if you can find it. And I think she's been confirmed to be on the next season of Titans, I believe. Wolverine, Old Man Logan from the original Mark Millar run. This is actually the first Old Man Logan I have. I've been looking for these for a while. This is number 66, so happy to get that. This copy's a little beat up. It's first spoiler. I showed it not that long ago. I found a nicer copy, but this was pretty cheap. It was under $1, so I just grabbed it. Same with this one, a little beat up. This is First Anarchy. I just grabbed it. Brightest Day number 4. I think this is the first appearance of like the new Aqualad. And first cover appearance of this guy, Black Lantern Firestorm. But I don't think he appears till later issue 14. First White Lantern Batman. This was the only issue I didn't have of this run. I've been looking for it for a long time. So, it's got a couple of spine ticks, but I'll upgrade it, but for now it was fine. What If, featuring Spider-Man the Other. This is a first appearance of something, and I am totally blanking on it right now. Oh, I think it's like Spider-Man with the symbiote costume. Poison or something. Maybe. But, look it up. Good book to find. This was part of a trade, I think, from Funny Books. This is Spectacular Spider-Man 233. Part of Web of Carnage. Almost have Web of Carnage completed. This was a book from another trade with somebody else. Part of that Forever People trade. J. Scott Campbell cover for Hero Comics that I didn't have. So this is Black Panther number 4. J. Scott Campbell cover with the female Black Panther. I'm pretty sure that's Shuri. And then I've seen some people show this, so I thought it was cool and grabbed it. This is the Timely Comics reprint of USA Comics number 1, I think. This cool cover. I forget that guy's name. Maybe Destroyer? That could be wrong, though. We got the variant for Wolverine 55. I believe this is the death of Sabretooth, and it is an homage cover to like the most famous pre-code horror book, which I don't know off the top of my head. This is not the first appearance of Marvel Zombies, but it's really where Marvel Zombies kind of like got their own story. And this Funny Books, this was from a trade with him. This is issue 30, 31, and 32. Really cool storyline written by Mark Miller. Been picking up these, the Captain Britain and MI13. I don't think I have any of the keys from the run, but this is like where they're fighting supernatural forces. Blade joins the team, Black Knight joins the team. Really cool series. That was number 8. This is 10, 12, and 15. And you can see the whole gang there. This is my second copy of this book. I found one in the dollar bin. This was cover price, and I was fine paying that. Happy to get another copy. I love these Street Fighter books. And this one I didn't have. It was also cover price. This one's cool because it's Street Fighter and Friends. I think you got like some Darkstalkers in there. These were also cover price, all 3 of them. I have a bunch of these. I've been hoarding this series, honestly. Hungry Ghost number 1, 2, and 3. And I think 4 is the hard one to find. I think it had a pretty low print run, if I'm not mistaken. And just some kind of random pickups here, but kind of cool stuff. Thought you guys would be interested in. Got the Little Mermaid. This is part of the mini-series. This is issue 1. This is Nat Turner by Kyle Baker. This is about a rebellion during like slavery times in America. And I got issue 1 and 2. I think there is a 3 and 4. Not a huge Pokemon guy, but I needed like a couple books to kind of get the buy 5 get 5. So this is one I threw in. I might give this to one of my students. They're big Pokemon fans. Same with Dragon Ball Z. Not huge for me, and I know some kids who would really appreciate that book. I'm trying to get most of the Dark Reign the List books. This one is for Wolverine. Just grabbed this because it's Venom. I think I have 121. It's another Venom appearance. This is 122 for Thunderbolts. And always picking up these movie adaptations. This is Independence Day, issue number 2. And this is the Super Pro Super Bowl special. I don't have the card, I don't think, but kind of cool. Cool book. It's in really high grade. And this I just grabbed because it was a drug issue, kind of in the animated universe, but it's pretty cool. Cool read, actually. Legends of the DC Universe, number 4 with Wonder Woman, which is Warrior Princess of Themyscira, part 1. The Unwritten, number 1, Upside Down. Just grabbed it because it was. I heard it was a great series, and it was number 1 for $1. Survival Fetish, number 1. I heard this was a cool series. RoboCop 22. Believe this is the second to last issue in the run, so probably a lower print run. I don't know how hard to find it is, but I'm trying to complete it. And then shout out to Spidey Fan, I think, was where I first saw they were doing comics in Cinematic Dread universe. So I had been kind of keeping an eye out for him for a while, and I saw this one, picked it up. If you guys aren't watching Spidey Fan, he's got an amazing channel. He does some really good hauls, and he always does a really helpful kind of FOC video about what's coming out that week and when to get your orders in for what books, which has really been helpful to me on my new books. This is Toxic Avenger number 10. Photo cover. And here's going to be my last stack for today, guys. Oh, actually, I have some magazine size too. Anyway, Marvel's Eye of the Camera. This is 1, 2, and 3. Just thought that looked like a cool series. You guys know I've been picking up this series, Pax Romana. Really cool series. This was the last one I needed. So now I have all of them. That was issue number 2. Megamorphs, just a fun series where all the heroes get these giant mechs. And then I love all these villain series, and this is one of my favorite. I was telling my buddy, he says I need to check out Secret Six, but I got it because it was the 3rd printing, and I have the 1st and 2nd, but not this one. So that, let me show you these magazines. Let's see if we can back up a little bit. So I was a big Boris Vallejo fan when I was a kid. I think he was at a few cons. So Conan Saga number 24, just picked that up, and 13 because they're Boris Vallejo covers. I'm so hoping I'm saying his last name right. This was only $1, so I grabbed it. This is Punisher magazine number 6. Beautiful cover. There was like a little horror festival like a while back, and I didn't get much there, but this was one of the few things I grabbed. This is a cool coloring book. It's not colored in at all. It's for the Rocketeer. So, and then the one new book, I was going to show some other new books, but I think I'll do a different new comic book day haul. So Harleen, I did not get to read it yet, but beautiful art. I love the classic Harley costume. So yes, that is going to do it for me for this haul, guys. I'll definitely try to have more stuff up more frequently. So hope you're having a good October, and I'll see you in the next one.